One of the things I didn't put on there, and I think Matt and I, you talked about this a little bit, I think it's gonna come up on Wednesday, is that I really think at some point here, we've gotta come up with some type of a, I don't know what you call it, split zoning, for lack of a better word, that if somebody has a lot of a certain size, that he ought to be able to put a second garage on that lot. And I'm not even sure how we're gonna go about doing it. If it's an acre, and I think in conjunction with that, I think we gotta get rid of this 45% thing when it deals with a garage, attached garage. In other words, you could put, you got a 2-acre lot, okay? You can put a garage of a certain size, second garage, detached garage, and you can't hold it over our head that if you don't do that, that you're gonna put a garage hooked to your house that's 45% the size of your house. This garage thing, detached garage, this has gotta be the, what, the 5th or 6th time this has come around.
Well, what's the question with the 45%?
Even though it's never happened, as you said, one of the things that is frequently threatened is that, well, okay, I'll book a garage to my house that's 45% the size of the house,
Okay.
as opposed to putting on a detached garage. So I think in conjunction with allowing a detached garage on lots of certain size to be determined, we gotta think about that one. I think we should eliminate the 45% rule as it pertains to garages attached to houses.
What about the height?
So do you believe that?
Yeah, yeah.
So do you believe that a garage should be able to be larger than the house?
No, right now, isn't the ordinance that you can add an addition to a house as long as it's not 45% bigger than the size of the existing house, right?
It can only be it can be 45% of the house size.
Correct.
It can't be larger than the house.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
All right.
So I shouldn't be able, I'm saying in conjunction with allowing detached garage on lots of certain sizes, okay, that we shouldn't have a rule there. We should eliminate the rule that says you can add 45% to the house, and that 45% can be an attached garage.
No, that's not how that's written, Tom.
It's written in such a way that you can add 45%.
No, your garage can be 45% of the footprint, the square footage of the
Yes,
house.
of the house.
And
If
if
it's
it's a
attached.
detached garage, it can only be 860 square feet.
800, yeah.
I thought it was 60, okay.
800.
800 square feet, no matter what size your house is. So, what are you saying? That if it's a detached garage, it should also be allowed to be 45% of your house, and that's what we're going to use?
Well, I'm saying we gotta do some thinking about this, okay?
I'll agree with that.
All right, because it keeps coming up, okay? And, we've gotten more than a few problems with this. I don't see a problem with putting a second detached garage on a lot that's of significant size. We gotta decide what that is. We have the small developments in this town, and then you got huge lots. A fair number of large lots.
Okay.
So I agree, we gotta come to an arrangement as to what that means. And I know that's a
Okay.
problem, okay? But, this whole thing about, well, not allowing somebody to put in a detached garage, okay, because they have a garage, all right, to me is somewhat ludicrous unless there's a good reason for not allowing it, like the lot's small, okay, or, it's a swamp or something, all right? But one of the things that we've had discussion a number of times is that they would come back and say, well, I can hook it to my house because of the size thing that you're allowed to hook to your house.
It's still an accessory to the house though, by being less than the size of the house.
Right. But what I'm saying is that in this thought process, okay, what I'd like to see is that not having that ability to do that anymore. Okay, in other words, you shouldn't be able to go and hook another garage on your house.
Well,
Excuse
they're
me,
not.
Tom, you're chairman of planning and zoning.
Well, I'm
Why don't
talking
you
about.
craft some language, well, yeah, but why don't you
fine.
craft a language, it's gotta come out of your committee.
I understand that.
Work with Mark on the side to craft some language
I
and
understand.
come to the ordinance, and then you can bring it to council,
I
and you can bring it to the
understand that,
committee.
but I want to get the ball rolling on
Okay,
the thought
well, until you
process.
get it- He'll get it,
Okay. Because like I said, it keeps coming around.
Right.
I mean, every year
It's
we
your
got
committee.
this, every year, right, Matt?
It's your
Every
committee.
year,
It's your committee.
you know? So, okay. What? You had a little input in there too that I thought was very
I
relevant, so.
argued about it previously, but, okay. Tim, do you have anything else, Tom?
No,
Okay.
I do not believe so at this time.
Tim?
Go ahead, then.